Welcome back. I have Jonathan Jerotz, betterly known JJ. He's the Vice President of Retail Sales at Synergy One Lending. He's going to talk to us about propositions 60 and 90. This is very significant to you, especially if you're looking to downsize your residence. And we're so very, very lucky to have JJ here for our Money or Mortgage Minute segment. JJ, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, and always good to be here.
Yes,
I
yes,
appreciate
yes.
it.
This proposition 60 and 90. Please help us understand what's going on with that and how it could benefit anybody that's over 55 that's looking to possibly downsize their residence.
Yeah, definitely, Steve. I think it's one of those things. We're always talking about not letting money fall through the cracks, right? Yeah. So this is one of those things. I mean, as people are getting older, we're seeing it. People want to potentially downsize, or you could call it right sizing, right? You got this big house, 5-bedroom house. Kids have been long gone. What do you do with these extra bedrooms? But one of the things that I hear people saying is, a good example, right? I have $1 million home right now, and I've been here 30 years. And when I bought it, it was $100 grand. And my property taxes are $1,500 a year. I don't want to give that up because I'm going to downsize and move. And maybe we downsize to a $600,000 or $700,000 house, and all of a sudden my property taxes are $8 grand a year. So I just lost a lot of income, basically.
Oh yeah.
So Proposition 60 and 90, it's already in place, and just not a lot of people know about it. I think it's important for our audience to know about it. So there's 10 counties in California that belong to this right now. Now, one of the counties, they have a year left in their sort of agreement, but I'm sure they'll probably extend it. But the counties, Alameda County, El Dorado, Los Angeles, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Mateo, Ventura, Santa Clara. So a lot of major sort of counties. Proposition 60 is intra-county. So you're selling in San Diego County and you're rebuying in San Diego County. Super easy. Proposition 90 is inter-county. So I'm moving from Los Angeles to San Diego, and I'm going to transfer my tax base that way. So the key components, Steve, are this. Number one, you have to be 55 years and older. You have to be. And it's on a primary home. So it's a home that you're living in right now. So according to the tax records, you're claiming this homeowner's exemption, which is like $7,000. But it means that you've lived in the home for the last couple years, or it's a primary home, primary to primary. The biggest thing is you have to buy for equal or lesser value than what you're selling.
That's actually a good thing.
It's a good thing. That's what we're talking about, right? We're not talking about going up. We're talking about downsizing here. So your current home is worth $1 million, and you want to move into that $500,000, $600,000 house. Well, you can transfer that old property tax base of, let's call it $1,500 a year to this new home, and the savings can be extraordinary. I mean, you could save $500, $600, $700 a month just in property taxes. You know,
for somebody looking to downsize, then that could make all the difference in the world. Because if you really think about it, I know somebody right now, their property taxes are $371, and they've had the house since the 60s, and that means it's almost 60 years old, and it's worth 1.3. So if they're going to buy a $500,000 home and they keep $371 as opposed to $9,000, that's what, a $700 a month or $800 a month difference in just the in their budget.
Expense. Yeah.
And that means trips, tours, the whole shot. That's a big thing to know. Yeah. You know what? That's one of those things that would actually enable people to look at downsizing, especially if they're over 55, 60.
Yeah, it's huge. And you have, the cool thing is, you could sell, and you have 2 years to buy, or build a new home. I mean, you could build a new home too, so you have time. Or you could even buy and then sell. And so you have time. It's not something that has to be done instantaneously. You have 3 years to file the paperwork for it. So it's not something that people have to kind of rush into. You just need to know the benefits of it and how to file the forms. You got to file the forms. Another question that's come up is, what if my property is in a trust, or I'm buying a property that's held in my trust? Most of them are in a trust. Most of them are in a trust, right? It's a big deal. It's okay. That's okay. Let's say you were granted a home, or gifted a home, or inherited a home.
That's important.
That's an important one. And let's say you inherited a home and that you filed the paperwork for a parent-child exclusion to keep that old property tax base. Well, as long as you're living in that house, now you're 55, you can transfer that property tax base. So think of the power of that. You were given a home from your parents, they're gone, You
as
now,
long as you're 55,
55 and older,
you can keep. Wow,
you can
that'd
keep
be
that
cool.
property
Might have to buy.
Yeah,
You might have to buy somebody's house.
So, so there's a lot of different components to it. It's pretty simple stuff when it all boils down, but the money savings can be really extraordinary.
Now, how do people find out? You know what? You want to have a realtor that knows these things, right?
Sure,
You want to
definitely.
have a mortgage person that knows
Yep.
these things. So it's important to have an ensemble of people who understand this.
Yep.
Because the reality is, I'm a financial professional, but I'm not on the real estate side, so I don't know all these things. That's why I go to people like you or to Glenn and Shannon, the Alliance Group, because they know.
Yep.
So, wow, that's wonderful. JJ, thanks for being part of the show today. Geez, that's something else.
Well, always trying to bring something new.
Well, the bottom line is, if you don't want your money falling through the cracks, you want to deal with somebody like JJ Jerotz here at Synergy One Lending, because they know those things that can make a difference in your life. More importantly, they can impact the quality of your life. So you know what? You want to stick with us. We got lots more to come. We'll see you soon.